Hey there legends, and welcome to this video. My name is Laura and I'm from the training team here at Lexa. Today, we're going to walk through how to reactivate your lapsed customers using the Lexa Hub. But first, did you know that it's 7 times cheaper to retain your existing customers rather than acquiring new ones? This is why retention strategies are so important. Being able to identify and then retarget lapsed customers before they churn is a great way to win back customers to your brand and to keep growing your customer lifetime value. In this scenario today, we're going to define our lapsed customers as customers who made their last purchase 12 months ago and haven't made another since. But your definition of lapsed might be different depending on your sales cycle, in which case, you can use this instead when you run the use cases yourself in your own hub. But let's jump into the hub and get into it. Okay folks, so I'm on the home page for our demo hub here, Fitness Co. And before we get started, I just want to call out that some of the things we demo today might look a little different in your hub depending on the data that you're sending to Lexa. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your success manager or Lexa support. But let's dive in and we're going to head to Understand, which is in the top navigation bar. This takes us to our segment builder, which is where we're going to start. This is because the first thing we want to do is create a segment for our lapsed customers. And as I said, we're going to define our lapsed customers as those who made their last purchase 12 months ago and haven't made another since. But your definition may differ, which is perfectly fine. Just adjust your attributes accordingly when you run this use case in your own hub. To create this segment, we're going to move down to the attribute picker and we're going to search for and add the following attribute to the segment builder. In the profiles must have all of these section of the builder. And we're going to look for last order date. And then we need to filter this and we're going to choose in the last 12 months. Then we search for and add this attribute to our segment builder again, but we are going to drag it and drop it to the but not have any of these section of the builder. The filter we want to add is in the last 11 months. So I add that just as I did for the first attribute. So now what this query is searching for is customers who made a purchase 12 months ago and haven't made one since. We hit search and then our profiles will come up. And then we can save our segment. So to do so, click on Save as New Segment and fill in the details. For name, you want to provide something representative of the segment. In this case, it could be Win Back Lapsed Customers. So I'm just going to type that in. And then select the category this segment belongs to. I'm going to choose Win Back Lapsed Customers, but these categories may be different in your hub, so choose the one that makes the most sense for you and your team. Add a description, choose a color, and then hit save. Now that's part 1 done, so let's move on to part 2. One great thing about Lexa segments is that they're dynamic, which means that when a customer matches the parameters of the segment, they'll automatically be added, and when they don't, they'll be removed. This means you can set up an ongoing activation in the hub that retargets these lapsed customers without you having to think about it. Lexa does the work. For example, you could put together your creative in your EDM platform and use messaging that you know works to encourage purchases. Maybe you might offer a discount code or suggest hero products you know repeat purchasers buy. Then set up your activation, and run your ongoing campaign. But let's get back into the hub and set this up. This time, we're going to navigate to Engage, which again is in the top navigation bar, which finds us at Activate. Now, to start our activation, select New Activation, and the first thing you need to do is choose which integration you'd like to activate to. For the purposes of this demo, I'm going to choose Klaviyo, but you can choose whichever you like. Once you've selected your integration, you now have to choose the segment you wish to activate. In this case, we're going to choose the Win Back Lapsed Customers segment we created in the first half of this demo video. And at the bottom of the panel, once it loads, you can see how many profiles you'll be activating when you run the initial activation. Next, you'll have to complete your settings. These can include things like activation name and activation tag, but the most important for this demo is checking the box for ongoing activation. This means that Lexa will keep the integration platform up to date with the latest data every day. New profiles that match the segment will be added, while existing profiles that no longer match will be removed. And you also need to choose your list action, which in most cases means selecting Maintain List, but you can check learn.lexa.io for your specific integration and what we recommend. Then, moving down a little more, select Append Activation Name to Included Profiles. We recommend that you do this because this means Lexa will append the activation name as an attribute named Included in Audience to all profiles included in this activation. You can then go on to use this attribute in segments to measure the performance of this activation. Finally, agree to the terms and then click Run Activation. And you're done. Your activation is now set up to run daily. But let's finish with a quick recap. So today we looked at how you can retarget your lapsed customers using the Lexa Hub. First, we set up a segment for our lapsed customers, and then second, we created an ongoing activation to push to your chosen integration. I hope you enjoyed this video today, so thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.